Hello and welcome to the Eating Disorder Therapist podcast. I'm Harriet Frew, eating disorder therapist, here to support you in overcoming disordered eating and finding peace with food. So before I launch in today, and I'm going to be talking about some of the signs of quasi-recovery, I want to just talk about something exciting that's coming up. I'm shortly launching an app all about finding your food freedom, healing your relationship with food and body. So it's going to be an interactive app where I have brought together all of my information, working on the deeper issues, interrupting symptoms, building intuitive eating practices, all in one app where you will get interaction on a daily basis, daily check-ins, ways to monitor your progress, get feedback. It's super inspiring, actually, a way to really work with me in an affordable way where you can really just get access to so much information, but with those check-ins and an opportunity to really heal your relationship with food in the process. So it's a way to really transform your relationship with food, to build that peaceful relationship with food whilst dealing with the roots of the problem, help you to establish regular eating, balanced eating without anxiety or guilt, also learning intuitive eating skills that can empower you to enjoy all the foods and nourish your body with confidence. Also, it's a lot about self-compassion, body respect, really transforming your mindset with daily journaling, affirmations, expert guidance. So you're really developing that kind of relationship with yourself and your body, unlocking your confidence and self-worth. And the app really helps you celebrate and track real recovery wins. You can track your progress, overcome challenges, and celebrate every step forward. So you can experience as well measurable reductions in disordered eating and embrace a life aligned with your values and passions. So look out for that. I shall be talking about that more on the podcast, but also there'll be information on Instagram and on my website available. So if you're interested, look out for that. And just to say as well, that I will shortly be taking on more clients to work with me on a one-to-one basis. I work completely on Zoom remotely, so you can work with me from anywhere in the world. Sometimes it's a bit restricted by time zones, but generally I do manage to kind of make it work with most people. So if you're interested in working with me, I'm someone who's worked in eating disorders, disordered eating for over 20 years. I work on the deeper issues and really interrupting symptoms, and I offer a free discovery call first as well to see if we're a good match. So if you're interested, if you get in touch, harriet.frew@gmail.com, or also you can send me a DM on Instagram at the Eating Disorder Therapist. Okay, so let's talk about quasi-recovery and some of the signs that you're in quasi-recovery. So let's dive in. So this term quasi-recovery, it's frequently used in the eating disorder space to describe the midpoint healing destination. So you're almost out of the desperate dark woods where the eating disorder swallowed you whole, robbed you of your personality and life, but you're not free with food yet. So quasi-recovery, it's still really important. It's a significant accomplishment. It's a milestone. It's a collection of reference points on the journey. And most people are going to have to go through quasi-recovery to get to full and flourishing recovery, whatever you want to call it. So it's an essential marker on the way to full food freedom, where you take stock and consider further change. And when you're in quasi-recovery, you may be eating regularly with some structure and routine. You may be thriving at work or study and immersed back into the day-to-day schedule of living. And you may appear healthy and well, and then others are assuming that everything is going supremely. So your eating patterns may appear to be perfectly normal from an outside perspective, looking inwards. So when you're in quasi-recovery, you're kind of halfway there, and it's progress, but can also be a miserable, isolating limbo of not being truly ill anymore, but living a million miles away from genuine food freedom, which is not a great place to be in. So I'm going to talk about 11 signs that you could be stuck in this quasi-recovered place. Number 1, your set point. So you may be partly weight restored, but you're not at your set point weight yet. So yes, you may meet numbers indicating normal weight criteria for the National Health Service Body Mass Index BMI charts. Really unhelpfully, their charts give an indication that anything from a BMI 18.5 plus, I think up to 25 is healthy. Now, I think from all my experience of working with people over the years, it's quite a small percentage of adult humans exist happily at a BMI below 20. I think that's just a fact. Now, of course, as with everything, there are exceptions to the rule. I think if you have a really naturally small body frame, maybe you're very, very petite, maybe you're an adolescent and you're still going through puberty, maybe as well certain cultures, smaller body frames are just more, that's just something that's in the genetics. But for most people, and I guess I'm talking about probably the people that I'm working with, mainly in the UK, it's probably quite unlikely that a body mass index below 20 is going to be healthy for you. Okay, so I guess again, you are in your body, you know your body. No one else can make that judgment. But I guess if you recognize yourself here and you recognize that you're trying to hold your BMI below where your set point is really genuinely in its happy place, you're probably going to struggle. Because holding your body weight below its set point, even if it's just a bit below its set point, it means you're restricting and probably over-exercising to maintain your current status quo. And that's an exhausting and food-obsessed place to be. Now, I know for myself, my weight has been stable for years. I don't actually weigh myself, but I just know that by my clothes. But I know that if I lost kilo, 2 kilos, 3 kilos, I would definitely get a lot more food preoccupation again. And that would seem like from the outside quite a minor shift in weight loss potentially. But I know that that would have a huge impact on my relationship with food. Okay. Number 2, routines. So maybe you stick rigidly to eating routines that are safe and predictable, and this might mean eating at specific times and staying within a limited range of food choices. So your baseline state around food still is anxiety and fear in quasi, and your brain does mental gymnastics to plan, prepare, avoid, manage, compensate, tweak, and perfect your food and activity days ahead. So peaceful and spontaneous food freedom is pretty much non-existent. Number 3, self-worth. So your self-worth determinator remains strongly linked to weight and shape variables. So it may have transitioned from thinness to leanness, adopting a slightly different focus, but body dissatisfaction remains central. So still, in terms of how you feel about yourself, it's so linked to your body. Okay, next one, rules. You might still possess hidden food rules, although these are diluted in intensity from days gone by. So because of your rules are not as they were in the past, you may feel like, well, they don't really matter anymore, but you probably still have a lot of rules. Things like delaying eating, even when you're hungry, avoiding or limiting certain foods, or simply not eating enough fuel for your body. And eating might be set by the clock and measured quantities rather than responding to natural hunger and appetite. The next one, hunger. You probably don't trust your hunger and fullness cues fully yet, and you rely on the safety of a plan. Hunger is probably persisting for your attention as you often feel weak, dizzy, and unable to concentrate. Okay, so it's almost like you are not relying and trusting on your hunger as a sign to eat. You are kind of overriding those signals, ignoring those signals, and following an external plan of what you feel you should eat. Next one, meals out. Spontaneous or social eating remains challenging as you're extremely fearful of unpredictable eating opportunities that might disrupt your carefully curated planning. So you might be scanning of restaurant menus days in advance of eating or avoiding these scenarios altogether. All these things commonplace. Next one, identity. So you may have implemented numerous behavioural changes, but your identity is bound up in food. So you might identify as the healthy one, the thin one, the fit one, or similar. So your identity is still so linked to body shape. Next one, others think you're fine. So you eat regularly, and to the untrained eye, your eating is balanced and seemingly normal. And others may feed back to you, you're doing so well and you look so much better. And you find this incredibly confusing as mentally you feel more discombobulated and bewildered than ever. Okay, so that's what you need to trust. If you are obsessing around food and you're not feeling in a good place, even if everyone else is telling you how wonderfully you're doing, I mean, you may have made some progress and that is important to validate, but you need to trust what's going on in your own head. You are the one in your head. The next one, romanticizing the days of thin. So you yearn for your smaller body and feel out of sorts. You're terrified of any potential body changes going forward. So the smaller body is still on the pedestal rather than maybe your life having expanded out into other areas. Next one, isolation. You feel that you can't share your struggles with anyone as you don't consider yourself to be sick anymore, and this leaves you feeling extremely isolated and alone. So I just want to say to you that if you're in this quasi place, you need to be reaching out and sharing your struggles with the right people. Now, maybe this can't be your family, maybe some of it even your really good friends just don't really get it, but actually it's very valid that you are struggling, and it's important for you to just talk to other people that are in the same boat that are also really trying to shift beyond this quasi place. And the last one is the underlying coping. So you recognize that there is an iceberg of coping beneath the surface issues, deeper than you ever realized. And this is the hard thing, really, because when we start to do recovery, we start to eat more, buried feelings come to the surface. Old buried feelings interrupt your day, and it feels overwhelming, it feels painful, and you might just feel like, oh, I don't like this, I want to go back to the eating disorder as a way to cope. Now that's so understandable, but it's not the way for long-term thriving. Actually, you need to deal with these deeper issues to really truly heal and to find peace. And it's so worth it. Yes, it's difficult work, but actually there is so much peace and contentment and freedom on the other side. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want to learn about how to move beyond quasi-recovery, I've got several podcasts and Substack articles recently talking about working on the deeper issues, inner child work, all these things. So do reference those. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate you. If you are not following me already on Instagram, do seek me out, the Eating Disorder Therapist _. And for further support with your relationship with food, do go to the eatingdisordertherapist.co.uk. If you enjoy this podcast, I would be so grateful if you'd follow, rate and review, as it helps it reach so many more listeners. And do look out for my app coming in several weeks. Thank you so much for listening today, and I look forward to sharing another podcast with you very soon.